was a cold January night when a little girl called Nancy disappeared. When her mother couldn't find her anywhere at home, she went down to the neighboring streets where her daughter usually plays, running around frantically holding a picture of her daughter, asking people if they have seen this little girl around. Some eyewitnesses came up, telling her that they saw her daughter with a suspicious-looking old lady. And after some searching, they found the basement where the old lady lives. And as they broke in through the basement door, the mother saw something she never imagined in her wildest nightmares. Her little daughter was lying there on a table as the old lady was literally eating her arm. Ghoul is a demon-like being or monstrous humanoid originating in pre-Islamic Arabian religion, associated with graveyards and consuming human flesh. In modern fiction, the term has often been used for a certain kind of undead monster. In Egyptian folklore, our mother, the Ghoul, literal translation for Min al-Ghula, is a mythical creature, a demonic cannibal woman who eats little children, and in some other stories, she eats human flesh in general. Stories started about her in Luxor, in Egypt, a city filled with historic landmarks from the pharaonic era, where in one of the temples called Al-Karnak, a woman with a horrifying face would come out when darkness falls and roam the dark roads looking for any opportunity to kidnap a child. The story started back in 1907 when a group of little children were playing near an excavation site, and as they were running around, a wall fell on them, killing all of them immediately. A tragic story, but so far, nothing supernatural about it, until the excavators found statues for Sekhmet, goddess of war and healing. She was considered the protector of warriors in battle, and the keeper of all the souls crossing the Nile to the other world. Right there and then, fantastic stories were spun by the locals about a monstrous woman with the head of a lioness who comes out of the temple by night to eat the offspring of the surrounding families, an undone curse from ancient times to end life in the village. Sekhmet, an ancient Egyptian name, comes from the word Sem, which means power or might, translated into the powerful one. She was also given titles as the one before whom evil trembles, mistress of dread, lady of slaughter, and she who mauls. Sekhmet was considered the daughter of the sun god Ra, and was among the more important of the goddesses, who acted as the vengeful manifestation of Ra's power, the Eye of Ra. Sekhmet was said to breathe fire, and the hot winds of the desert were likened to her breath. She was also believed to cause plagues, which were called her servants or messengers, although she was also called upon to ward off disease. It's always fun to think about such myths as stories only, but there are stories of a cult of women living deep south the Nile. Some of them were caught in the mountains eating the corpse of 2 children who happened to go missing a week prior. Almost the same thing happened in Cairo in 1947. A woman was caught while cutting through and consuming the flesh of a little girl whose parents were looking for her all night. As they informed the police, several eyewitnesses led them to the old lady's place, as they saw her earlier, talking and laughing with a little girl with the same description. Unfortunately, they were too late. The little girl was sedated and killed by the old cannibal. I believe that not all myths are just that. there is maybe an element of truth behind every story. As the old Egyptian saying goes, there is no smoke without fire. While nowadays it's possible to have smoke without fire, the meaning still remains. Join me next time for more stories from all around the world, old and new, and please consider subscribing and sharing the video. It really helps a great deal. Thanks so much and see you next time.